Well, I've always, I'm a bit of an old-fashioned advertising man in the sense that, although television, without question, is the most important, I think, medium that we have to work with today, not just today, but for quite a number of years. But somehow, print has always been the kind of magic medium for me, personally. I'm not saying that it's any more important or less important. But I think the great tragedy of modern Indian advertising is that print has been kind of relegated to, to a non-existent kind of role. It has become I think the only thing that I can compare it with is like either a poster or a leaflet. And I think the written word, is a very powerful tool.
Yeah.
And while television, gives you offers movement and it reaches into people's homes, I think the kind of one-on-one relationship that you have with the newspaper is a very intense and a very personal one. And I think it's a medium that is enormously powerful. And therefore, I think the role of print advertising, I don't think is being fulfilled, in that sense, in the current scenario.
Yeah.
I think traditionally there have been only 4 agencies, I think, that did great print work. There was Trikaya, there was Ambience later, and there was us, and I think who else? And Alok Nanda after he started. And I think Alok is another very fine writer. I think the problem today is that the young creatives today, I think, are somehow running away from the written word. It's all very visual-led, image-led, And I think this is not good for the business because just the other day I was talking about this, and he said that language was intended. Man invented language for communication.
Yeah.
And if from the communication business, if you take language out of it, then what are we doing? It just doesn't make sense to me, in that sense. So we can't just be selling with pictures. It's not, emotions cannot be, communicated as effectively as you can with the written word. And I think another wonderful development that's happening at the moment is the Longhand Award, of which I'm president this year.
Yeah.
And I only agreed to do this because I think it is so important that we recognize the role of copy, and especially long copy, in the role of advertising. I think the whole business of advertising is actually about engaging the consumer. How do you engage a consumer? You talk to them, for God's sake, And long copy or print is a way of talking to your consumer.
Right.
So, when I look at the print advertising, I'm pretty shocked actually as to how terrible it is, because there's a complete absence of advertising design. I think the art directors today should be all lined up and shot, I think, really, seriously. I really mean this, because I think it's just terrible. There's no direction. When I first came to India to work here from London, the advertising business was in a terrible mess. Nobody knew how to design an ad, and we had to start from zero. But today, I think the print ad that you see today, the print advertising, is worse, if anything, than the advertising that I encountered in 1971. So we have really, really, really regressed. And this is especially tragic because some years ago, we were producing amazing print work. We were doing as good, our print work was as good as any print work from anywhere in the world. So why has this happened? Where is it? Where is all this creativity gone? And I think this is not, I'm out of the business. I just want, everybody who's in the business today to ask, well, whatever happened? What happened? And do something about this. And I think therefore awards like these, which are for print, become very significant. And I think this is really bringing back, print advertising to center stage. And this is really what we should be doing.